Detroit used to be the pride of America. Great jobs, great pay, vibrant city. But how the mighty have fallen. With staggering unemployment and high crime rate. Now it's time for Detroit to reinvent itself and lead the way again, creating something bold, hopefully making it an anti-fragile model city.
Detroit is a function of complicated interconnected systems. The automobile industry is the lifeline of Detroit, from manufacturing, parts supplier, dealership to advertising. 75% of Detroit workforce are employed in the car industry supporting role.
In 2008, the financial market crash, people lost their jobs, homes, and the sales of automobile plummeted. Detroit's Big Three was broke into half, and filed for bankruptcy, with the city's main industry in ruins. Social, economy, education and politics soon followed, because they are all part of the complex system called Detroit City.
To avoid a repeating cycle, Team 7ers, I have decided to use Detroit as a sample and recommend ideas in these areas to make Detroit City more anti-fragile. First up, the social aspect of Detroit. Current social issues range from food inflation, staple food shortage, price increase due to the increase in low-income group, and diminished salary. The police force in Detroit is facing a huge challenge too. Crime rate is staggering in Detroit, with 3 times the national average. Some jokingly say GTA is one of the factor, and with around 70,000 abandoned buildings in Detroit, crime is on a rampage. Next up, education. Most Detroit public schools' 4th and 8th grader were unable to score at a basic math level on a national test. Due to the poor education, many residents left the city. As more and more residents leave, it means less tax revenue, which result in even less funding for school. This results in a vicious cycle. As even more people leave, the school budget shrink even further. There is no end to this cycle unless someone breaks it. And without knowledge workers, no company will want to set up shop here. The last factor in Detroit's mess is politics. Politicians are the other reasons why there's no huge progress in saving Detroit, with lobbying, pet projects and constant disagreement between party lines. It's no wonder nothing gets done. Even the current emergency financial manager Roy Roberts highlighted, by every measure, we have not done the job. But today I would like to announce that Team 7ers' plan to create fundamental change to Detroit City can finally restore hope to its residents. The whole concept of anti-fragility is that when the system faced with the problem, it will grow instead of just returning to its original state. Everything in the system is fragile and it utilizes the survival of the fittest concept. This ensures the best will drive the system to the next level.
Welcome to the future. First step, redesigning Detroit's economy. Detroit need to diversify its industry, and the 3 growth areas identified are entrepreneurship, logistic and urban vertical farming. Entrepreneurship is the backbone in any successful economy, and Detroit can leverage on their current situation to create an advantage. To get Detroit moving again, it have to be creative with its circumstances. For example, repurposing abandoned buildings as cheap office space. Now, a lot of Detroit's talent have been let go by the Big Three. New companies can take this advantage to expand and utilize this resource pool. This is true at least for those that still remained. Local governments have critical role to play, which is to put in place entrepreneurship-friendly policy. They have to show to the outside world they welcome crazy revolutionary ideas, as long as it's for the betterment of Detroit. Tax break should be given to businesses based on the amount of social impact it will have on Detroit, and there will be a yearly social impact audit to determine continuing eligibility. Detroit is a vital point for trade, especially between Canada, United States and Canada. Free trade agreement is the largest free trading bloc in the world. Besides that, the Greater Detroit Foreign Trade Zone is the largest in the U.S. and processes $2 billion in goods annually. Detroit City have existing great infrastructure, and it is expected that in 2025, Detroit area intermodal freight traffic will increase by 244%. Next, the most exciting of all, Detroit will start implementing urban vertical farming. Urban vertical farming will be able to provide more employment and food. This produce year-round crop and 1 indoor acre equals 4 to 6 outdoor acres depending on crops. 60% Detroit land have been designated for industrial use and 22% of this is vacant. Urban vertical farming is best suited to take up this space. As mentioned, Detroit need to be bold and reinvent. Designating Detroit City as electric vehicle zone only can achieve many benefits. Detroit, or Motown, used to be the emblem of American spirit. The fuel-efficient, hybrid vehicles help drove part of Japan's economy. The electric vehicle will do the same for Detroit. By executing this strategy, Detroit will be able to rebuild the value chain and the automobile industry. They can show the world it's doable and feasible. Next, an issue that is close to the hearts of all. These 3 initiatives can help combat crime in Detroit. With dwindling funding, means less hiring. However, the police force can partner with companies like Google to field test their technology for free. With so many abandoned buildings and so little manpower, the police will never be able to effectively police the city without the help of new low-cost drones. The drones will also help cut down false alarm cases, which in Detroit is 89% of most 911 calls, and free up the police to do real work. In bad economic times, sometimes one is forced to do crime for survival purposes. Instead of condemning them, we should help them back to their feet. For first-time offender, instead of sending them to jail, we should send them to training program instead and give them another chance to walk the right path. Most of the income of those in poverty are spent on basic necessity like food, housing and education. If we can take this concern away, they will be able to increase their standard of living and get out of poverty. Government can build low-cost tube housing and provide to those in poverty. Technology like 3D printed food can be provided to those living in poverty. With this, parents are required to send their kids to school. Their progress will be tracked closely. Vocational training tailored to needed industry are provided which lead to job. However, to be eligible for those benefits and not put a burden on taxpayer, certain requirements are to be met. Participants have to be actively looking for jobs, and not be picky on job that is offered. Their progress will be tracked daily, to ensure fair play to all those in need. The benefits of this program is staggering. First, vocational program can be tailored to current industry need. This will be sponsored by company wanting to hire. Next, by ensuring kids can go to school and receive proper education, we can break this vicious poverty cycle. This program will be done in partnership with the industry to cut down cost. Constant track and milestone put in place for participants to ensure fair play for everyone. Unlike current existing social security program, proper incentives will be used to ensure people are given the help they need and can elevate themselves from poverty.
How does this relate to make Detroit into an anti-fragile city, you ask? Doesn't that just sound like solving a certain problem in the city, by itself? No. But if we link them all together, it then become a complex system. By itself, it will never work, but together, it will turn Detroit into an anti-fragile city, making sure it continues to grow and lead the way to success.